The member from Lambton-Kent-Middlesex.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My question this morning is to the Minister of Citizenship, Immigration and International Trade. Minister, as you know, the role of the Fairness Commissioner is to make sure that everyone who is qualified to practice in a regulated profession can get a license to practice here in the province of Ontario. Minister, we have learned that in the last 15 months, the Fairness Commissioner, Jean Augustine, has expensed over $3,400 in limousine rides to Ontario's taxpayers. Minister, nothing is too small for this government's appointee to expense. On a flight to Halifax, she even billed taxpayers $3.40 for her airplane headphones. Clearly, the e-health and Pan Am style of entitlement is alive and well in this ministry. Minister, why are you allowing the Fairness Commissioner these entitlements at taxpayers' expense, or do you agree with them?
Minister of Citizenship, Immigration and International Trade.
Thank you very much for the question, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Ontario Fairness Commission is an arm's-length agency of the Ministry of Citizenship, Immigration and International Trade. We have no involvement in the day-to-day operation of her office. Speaker, the Government of Ontario has a number of rules and regulations regarding expense account put in place to protect the people of Ontario.
The member from Dufferin-Caledon, come to order.
Across all levels of government, including agencies. Speaker, we expect everyone to address to these rules, particularly those in a position of authority, whom we expect to set a positive example for others to follow. Thank you, Speaker.
Well, Speaker, back to the Minister. Minister, you should also know that while on a $6,300 trip to Finland last September, this appointee made taxpayers cover the cost of a personal sightseeing tour.
Minister of the Environment.
We all know that the Fairness Commissioner was appointed in exchange for giving up her seat to the failed federal Liberal leader, Michael Ignatieff. Speaker, this government talks about transparency, yet the only way we were able to learn about this shocking abuse of public money was through a Freedom of Information request. Minister, it doesn't seem like the Fairness Commissioner is being very fair to taxpayers in this province. Minister, will you order her to post her expenses online, or are you going to continue to allow her to abuse taxpayers' dollars by expensing limo rides, airplane headphones, and sightseeing tours?
Thank you. Minister.
Thank you, Speaker, again for the question. Again, Speaker, the Office of the Fairness Commissioner is an arm's-length agency of the Government of Ontario. However, like all agencies, Speaker, under the Agency Accountability and Establishment Directive, it must comply with the guidelines set out in the Travel, Meal and Hospitality Expenses Directive and other spending guidelines. Speaker, these guidelines have been communicated to the Office of the Fairness Commissioner. The Fairness Commissioner has a mandate to ensure that the regulated professions in Ontario have practices that are transparent, objective and fair when determining who is allowed to practice in these professions. Speaker, the office is accountable for using government funds with effectiveness and economy for the purpose of fulfilling this mandate.
Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker.